you were born in America,
Yes, sir.
but your family came here from Africa, right?
Yeah, they came from Ghana, West Africa.
Um, I've always, well, you are American citizen, you were born here, so it would be different. Do you think, not that you're a foreigner, you were born here, but do you think foreigners should be allowed to run for office in government in America?
If it's for a federal seat like Congress or Senate, yes. And I think that's after they've actually become a citizen, gone through a process, put their hand on the Bible and sworn in. Yes, I think they should. For president, no. And I think the reason why is I think it's important for someone to, if you're going to represent the United States, you should have been born in this country. I think
Yeah.
every aspect of your being should come from this land if you're going to run the country. But if you're going to run a district or run a Senate seat within a state, or even governors, I can understand that. But for president, I believe that you have to be an American citizen, born American citizen, to run for president.
I noticed that Black Africans that come here, they tend to do very well. They work hard. They educate themselves. They really work hard. And then the Black Americans, they become jealous of them as they do with white people or anyone else, and so they don't get along with the white folk. I mean, the Black Africans. There was a fight in with the Somalian students at some high school there, and not in New Jersey, but another city. Why don't they get along with the other? Why don't the American blacks get along with the African blacks when they come here?
I think it's for various reasons, and I can kind of tell you what my experience was like growing up. And I believe the reason why that is because when people come from places like Africa, South America, and other countries, many of them have seen actual, legitimate, true, horrible, terrifying poverty. Most that people here in the United States have not even had the opportunity to experience. And I don't think anyone should want that opportunity. But many of the people here in America, a roach infested projects building and an Obama phone is considered, the worst thing in the world. When for someone who's probably coming from Ghana, where you're kicked out on the street, you lose everything you've got, you got to sell the last of your garments to try and find a way to get a ticket to come to England and then come to the United States to start a family, which is basically the story of my mother and what she did here. She sold everything she had after, a dispute happened with her parents after one of them passed away. They were out on the street living in a very small kitchen, and she sold everything she had to move to England. She started working in England with my father. And they saved up some money, came to the United States. And my mother, she was previously married to an American citizen, because I know that's how some of that question is going to ask. Well, how'd your mom get into the country? My mom was formerly married to an American citizen. And when she decided to leave England, she married my father. They came to the United States. They had me, my brother, my little sister. And they also brought 14 other relatives from Ghana to the United States. Every single one of them going through the legal process, with the longest person waiting in line waited about 15 to 17 years, if I'm not mistaken, for his paperwork to get processed before he came in. So every single one of my relatives came in legally. And this is one of the things that got me very, very, very gung-ho on Donald Trump, was the fact that he wanted to secure the border. And it's not that he was against immigrants or he doesn't like immigrants. He's married to an immigrant, for Christ's sake. The issue is that we can't have people coming into our country where we don't know where they're from. We don't know what they stand for. And many of them don't have the same values or interests as we do. Many of them are coming to this country for economic reasons. Even though that was one of the same reasons why my parents came here, they came because they actually wanted to become American citizens.
Well,
To the point that,
I noticed that most of the illegals coming now for free stuff.
right,
Biden told
economic
me,
migrants.
yeah, you get everything free, so come on in, no problem. And I believe they're doing that because they want to vote. They're kind of getting rid of the blacks. They don't need the blacks as much, so they're offering free stuff to the illegals to get the vote.
Well, that's what it appears. As of right now, illegals cannot vote, but illegals being moved into certain districts is concerning, because that is also counted in the census vote. I mean, the census numbers, and that can be used for redistricting purposes. That can be used to gerrymander, and we've seen a lot of that happen here in the state of New Jersey, and I'm sure it's going on in other states as well, where they play these political games with the population numbers. So it's something that's very concerning for me, because I see that if this doesn't stop soon, I believe in the next 4 or 5 years, if 200 to 300,000 people keep coming into the border like we had last month, we had about 270,000 people in the first 27 days come across the southern border. That trend continues. I don't see this country lasting more than another 5 years, which is why I think it's critical that we need people inside of Washington, D.C. to do what's right and put the policies that are going to put our country first. But that can't be done without the support of the people.